So now hiking to an area of Jackson Lake that supposedly has a nice little bend, and hopefully we can get a nice image there. So right now getting pretty lucky with conditions because it's sunny for the most part, which is has definitely been a first since I've gotten here to Wyoming. So that's nice for sure. Sunny, but with enough low cloud to still photograph without any overexposure issues. So it should be good. So I still have about another half a mile or so on this trail to get to this supposed bend in the river. So I think it's quite possible at this point that my Google Earth map skills have failed me because I don't know about this bend in the river. Perhaps I was looking at another location here in Jackson Lake, or I don't know what happened there, but I'm gonna try and explore this little marina here just a bit more and see if I can capture an image right here. And if not, well then it's okay, I tried. But give you a little look here. You can see behind me the mountains are looking quite nice. So I'm gonna see if I can find the composition here, exploring this little bed just a little bit more. So we'll see. So I've just about moved my tripod around this entire area trying to find a composition, and as I was doing that I looked up and I realized, man, I'm focusing so much on the foreground that I'm missing all this amazing mood, that's drama and mood and scenery that's going on in the mountains right now with these low-hanging clouds, and you have this slight mist as well covering the peaks of the mountains, and it just looks really lovely. It looks like a long exposure without it even being a long exposure. So I've set up a vertical composition where there's a little bit of slight foreground interest with these colorful rocks here, and then it's all about the background and the mountains and the mist and the low-hanging clouds and just the drama. As far as the colors go, it's definitely a very muted image. It may even be black and white, but just taking advantage of this wonderful, wonderful looking drama in the clouds right now and what it's doing to the mountains. It's just looking really lovely. So vertical image, I do have a 2-stop soft edge grad, a polarizer. Now the polarizer, I'm not using it to its full effect. I'm just slightly bringing down some of the glare further, about 1/3 into the image. And the 2-stop soft edge grad, I'm just slightly bringing down the clouds at the very top of the frame. So f11, ISO 100, and I'm at about 35 mil. I think it should look lovely. You know, I think sometimes to get the shot, you gotta get a little uncomfortable, and that's what's going on today. So welcome guys to another day here. Actually now, back in Yellowstone National Park, just crossed over from the Grand Tetons north to the southern part of Yellowstone. And as I was driving through, I noticed that this lake here is pretty much all frozen. And it's creating these nice little beds of frozen water. You've got the water and the snow, and it's creating these nice little patterns. They almost remind me of salt flats almost. And what I was thinking is basically just taking my telephoto lens and focusing in on something abstract, taking advantage of the fact that the background here, which would normally look like mountains in the background, there's nothing. There's just white. All you can see is white. So basically, I'm taking the long lens and I'm trying to focus in on that and find something a little bit more abstract in these patterns that the ice has created against the lake water. So I'm gonna go ahead, try and frame up a composition, and hopefully I can walk you guys through it here in just a moment. So the snow really hasn't stopped, so I need to go ahead and walk you guys through this image real quick. I'm at a 4x3 crop, and as I was explaining earlier, I'm really just focusing in on these nice abstract patches of frozen water against the snow. It just looks quite nice. And the fact that we have such a muted background with so much fog and mist covering all the mountains, and there's just no visibility onto the horizon. So really happy with this image. Pretty simple though, at about 150 mil, focusing to infinity. We'll see how it turns out. So I feel like this trip has absolutely been me just running around everywhere, trying to film, trying to photograph, and trying to capture special moments of light here in Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. And I think that just has to do a lot with the time of year that it is here. But really, despite the challenges, you can really capture some special moments of fantastic light, and that's what's going on right now with this scene. So I'm actually heading back into Utah, and as I was driving, I just couldn't stop myself from pulling over and photographing this scene. I'm going for a panorama, so I need to go ahead and take these images now, but I'm gonna try and stitch about 9 images together of this fantastic, lovely scene of low-hanging cloud and breaking light. The blue tones, the yellow tones, they're all there, they're all present, and it's just looking fantastic. Yeah, so, you know, not to sound incredibly cliche, but in this game of landscape photography, it is all about light. And the light that I witnessed on this evening has been the best since I've gotten here to Wyoming. And just as I'm leaving, actually, you know what? I think this is technically Idaho now. So, there you have it, guys. This is the final video here in Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. I hope you've enjoyed tuning in to each episode. You know, it's been a lot of hard work out here trying to get images and filming some video at the same time, but hopefully it's been an honest production of my experience here, and which has been absolutely fantastic, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely had its challenges, like always. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, hope you've enjoyed this series. Please stay tuned, guys, and if it's your first time visiting the channel, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And for those of you watching again, returning to my channel, thank you very much. We will see you on the next one, so take care, everybody.